Good morning. This is Jeff Mucci from RCR, and I'm here today with Simon Law, who's co-founder and CTO of Extreme Mobility. We're reporting locally in Toronto at the Mars Discovery Center on the eve of a great event we had last night with Mobile Monday Toronto, where Jim Brown and Alex, the co-founders of Mobile Monday, had over 400 people at the event. So hats off to Jim and his team, and thank you, Simon, for being here today.
I'm glad to be here.
Simon, we were at dinner last night, and you mentioned where you had the epiphany for your new company. Can you tell us a little bit about that story, where you came up with the idea?
Well, sure. I mean, Extreme Mobility, actually, the idea of it basically started when I was in university, when I was in my dorm room late in the evening at 1 a.m. and I had to figure out a design project to do for my engineering course, and I thought of an idea at 2 a.m. It came to my mind. I was super excited, and I started getting into doing wireless security and encryption. So that's how I started into doing what I'm doing right now. And since then, I founded the company for 3 years, and we're doing mobile payments now with the ideas that we've developed when I was in college.
What makes my understanding, what makes Extreme Mobility unique is that you have experience in payment processing as well as mobility. How does how do those two skill sets make you unique in the marketplace?
Yeah, so basically, if you think about it, the traditional payment processor would be the big banks like First Data, Chase Payment Tech. They would be, help facilitating merchants, with Visa, MasterCard. Well, what we see here is a unique opportunity where we could take the payment processing side, but then move it to a new platform in the mobile world. So our experience in the mobility, because of different handsets and the communication is different in terms of security, all those different aspects in the mobile world, we take that technology and we apply it into payment processing. So we feel that this is kind of the niche that we want to, that there's a great opportunity to enter in this market right now.
So how does your business plan work?
So our business, basically, we have designed a secure payment platform to allow customers like carriers, like developers, content owners, to help them, help them with accepting credit card transactions, Visa, MasterCard, and debit cards as well, so that they could, for example, for carriers to help them top up prepaid accounts. For content owners, they could do, monthly subscriptions to buy magazines to view on their mobile device. For gaming, you can help them purchase games and or, help them in the actual gaming, help them, do monthly subscriptions or help them purchase, extra swords or gold and whatnot. So really what our platform is on the mobile side is to allow developers to monetize the content that they've developed and use credit card and debit cards to process that transactions through our payment processing backend.
It sounds like you have a two-sided business model. On the one hand, you work with the content developers. On the other hand, you work with the carriers. Where are you with the content side of the equation in terms of real customers today?
So really, our customers include, we partner up with carriers. We partner up with existing solution platforms that do a lot of mobility. Like they would create, for example, a mobile optimized website, for example. So we work with those companies into helping them, provide them a solution for payments as well to their clients. So that on that side. On the payment processing side, we have existing clients. We do a lot of business in the e-commerce world. So, we would help a traditional e-commerce website to accept payments. So we leverage our payment processing in a lot of different ways, but we see the real big growth in the mobile sector. So, some of the unique features that we have in helping these content players, for example, we have iPhone plugins, we have Android plugins, we support text messaging, we have, optimized mobile rendering engine so that it'll work on all the different devices. And it's very, very convenient where, we actually store credit card information for our clients so that they don't need to go through what they call PCI compliance. It's a standard for credit card, in the credit card world for storing credit cards. So we actually provide them with a whole turnkey solution, both in the security, accepting the payments, and also processing the payments. So that's how we help clients that way.
So time to market.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many clients do you have on the content side? I want to come back and talk about the carrier side in just a minute, but on the content side, how many customers do you have that are actually mobile enabled today?
I would say, we have a few, handful of larger clients, and then smaller ones that are just kind of trying us out right now. So we're just at the at that stage right now.
And then I think you're 3 months away from a major implementation on the carrier side. Can you talk about some of the processes you have to go through to be approved by a carrier, and then a little bit more, if you can, about the implementation coming up in the near future? Yeah,
so with carriers, I think the advantage of us going in is that we understand how enterprise works and how the telecom space works. So we adhere to the highest in terms of standards for security. So what we are is PCI compliant at the highest level. So and we prepare them because all our payment processing is the back end is already completed, and we also already have what they call a top-up product already finished. So what we have is already a completed project product for them to basically plug into their back end. And really the difficulty is just really plugging into their accounting system, their billing system, so that whenever we do a top up or when we do a financial transactions, we need to update their database on a transaction. So on a go-forward basis, will carriers be developing their own similar platforms as yours, or will they be partnering with you to use your platform to allow more content providers to plug into their iTunes equivalent store? Yeah, actually, I think that's a very good point. I think they can really leverage our platform so that they, the whole space right now is you're really trying to attract more developers or more people to work on your platform so that you can get more customers to use your mobile device. So for example, take a large carrier like AT&T, they want more subscribers. So how do they differentiate themselves? It's really the content, right? So if they use a platform like ourselves, we can attract additional developers by helping them monetize their content. So I think, our idea would be very beneficial, not only for carriers to attract new developers, but also for them to use our platform for, their own, topping up or whatever internal billing system that they have. Okay. One of the things that confuses me is what makes commerce on a mobile phone different from commerce at a point of sale system or commerce on a website. You mentioned that there's this notion called mobility commerce. Why is it so hard to move from one area to mobility? I think mobility, it's not just for commerce, but in general, because of the limited real estate and also, the type of scenario where you're using the mobile device, it's all about the user experience and how quickly you want to be able to achieve what you want to do. So if you're on a PC, for example, you can have a mouse that you can click 3 or 4 screens down. But with a mobile device, you don't want to go through that process. It has to be very quick and efficient and able to be rendered on that particular mobile device. So it has to look very good. So that's where the difference is. It's the user experience. So what we've developed is basically a very, very efficient way for them to, it's almost like a one-click solution where they could accept payments. So, we all, after logging in once to their system, all they need to do basically is enter in a CVV code to double check who they are. So then they can really speed up the whole process instead of, typing in your credit card number and your expiry date that you would traditionally do on a website. Yep.
So how many employees do you have today?
So right now we're angel funded and we're around 15 people. And we're looking to expand more in the next couple of months, so we're very excited right now.
And what do those 15 people do?
Well, right now, I would say half is in the business development side, and the other half is doing our development, kind of adding on to our platform. So that's kind of how we structure our company.
Okay. And Simon, in closing, what can you tell us about your strategic investor?
Well, our strategic investor was more in the traditional payment processing space. They saw really good value initially in our e-commerce platform that we use to accept payments, and now, as they could see, the emerging trend is the mobile commerce. And so, our strategic investor was more of the brick and mortars, the POS terminal, and they saw that the emerging trend was in the e-commerce and mobile commerce space. So they really wanted to invest in our company into doing the next thing for payment processing.
Okay, great. And the vision over the next 3 to 5 years, what do you see for your company?
Oh, we're very excited right now. Our vision right now is to partner with a lot of these these content providers, and we see the trend as we were talking yesterday at Mobile Monday. Mobile commerce is like the first trend, and really the power has shifted to the content owners now, and really we want to help them into monetizing their content, and so our vision is basically to more of a direct model instead of going through, say, for example, a carrier through their billing system. We want to go through a direct model and help content providers, monetize their work, and that's our vision right now. And we're hoping to actually not only expand outside North America, but elsewhere as well.
Great. Well, Simon, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
Thank you.